Indian independence and its consequences in Indian subcontinent. Okay, Indian independence came as a darkness. Okay, so in Indian subcontinent, including India. So India is considered as heart of Indian subcontinent. If I see, that's why. So Himalaya, as we are talking about, India is a Himalayan country where east to west and till Mongolia. So from the Karakoram region in Jammu Kashmir, that is the junction point. From there, the North Himalaya goes through Pamir Plateau on the left side, okay, Tian Shan peaks, then it takes eastward and it goes till Mongolia. So the down the region between the Greater Himalaya and Northern Himalaya are three regions. One is Gobi Desert, where Mongolia, Inner Mongolia, and Gansu, these provinces come, and then Taklamakan Desert, where Kashi region comes. So that is the two region. Third region is Tibetan Plateau. So there are three regions, and probably there are three main provinces also. So here it is Xinjiang now and Tibet, and that side it is Tibet and Qinghai, and that side in the Tibetan Plateau, and then in Gobi Desert you will find Gansu and Inner Mongolia, and then anyway Mongolia is a separate country. So this comes as under the shadow of northern Himalaya. If we talk about eastern Himalaya, then from Jammu Kashmir, so eastern Himalaya mainly, so northern Himalaya, the main river is Tarim River. Whereas if you go eastwards, then main river is Brahmaputra River. If you go to extended east, that starts from Arunachal Pradesh onward, from Burma to Vietnam, then main river is Mekong. If we go west, okay, from the Karakoram range to west till Turkey, then main river that comes is Indus. Okay, if you go beyond, that is extension, then main river that comes is the Farad River, Farad and Tigris. Okay, so this is Indian subcontinent. It looks like that India got independence and only two countries that came out of the India is Bangladesh and Pakistan. So that's how we got the independence. They are our enemy, so we enjoy our life. But that is not the scenario. Indian independence is one of the darkest in the Indian history. Okay, means this looks very awkward in saying that in 1947 that was the darkest moment in Indian history. Why I say darkest? Because see the current situation of the India. $1 is 84 rupees when in 1947 $1 was 1 rupee. So economically India became poorest. Population was 30 crore 300 million. Now in million we cannot calculate. It is that big. Now it is 150 crore. Hunger index, certainly there was no hunger index at that time as far as India is concerned. Now 111 by 125. Employment zero. What you call? Is it a boon or bane? So this is the darkest era time that India saw in 1940. Till Britishers were here, things were better. Means we chased the Britishers, but still things were better in 1947. After 1947, things started degrading like anything. So not only India, that is the concept. Indian subcontinent, full all countries from Pakistan to Afghanistan to Iran, okay, and other countries like Sham, that is Syria, Lebanon. So these are the countries, okay, that suffered a lot, except Saudi Arabia, which has petroleum, and they become rich because of India. Means India is one of the highest purchaser of petrol from Saudi Arabia. Otherwise, the countries which do not have petroleum products like Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, so these countries' condition is very. There are other countries also. We do not have petrol. Okay, like Qatar. I don't know. Qatar has not. Bahrain. So these are small country also. And to the east side, then Burma, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia. So these are, then Brunei is also a country. So these are the countries that went in the eastern side. Northern side, now there are regions, Kasi region, Tibet region, and Mongolian region. So these are the three regions in the north side. So this constitute to Indian subcontinent. Either you call it many countries or falls under Aryavart or Bharat, whatever comes to mind. But Indian independence in 1947, it brought darkness not only in India, but all over the Indian subcontinent. That is the pain, big pain. I'll talk about the from the religious point of view. Pakistan was Hindustan earlier. Means Pakistani people, they were also calling themselves as Hindustan. It was Hindustan. So, but when partition happened, around 10 to 15 lakhs people, they died during the partition in Pakistan itself. Most of them were Hindu who were trying to rush to the India. Okay, the situation was created so way that there will be a boundary. If you don't rush, then you will be left. Who asked you to create the boundary? I am asking to the Indian National Congress, who gave the independence to India, and they started a situation that there will be a boundary. Since it is, but there was never a boundary in the past. For the common man to go anywhere, there was never a boundary. If you see the Britishers' time also, Britishers entered from Calcutta and they won till current day Pakistan. They could not climb the Afghanistan mountain. So Afghanistan was not part of Britishers India because they could not win. That's it. So, but people can go from Pakistan to Afghanistan. There was no boundary. There was never in history of humanity, no one created boundary. Countries were always there, so many countries. Like Shivaji was the king of a country. Shivaji, Maharana Pratap. Or at the time of Mughal also there were so many countries in India itself. Not Mughal were ruling all over it. But for for Aam Aadmi, for normal person, normal human being, there was no boundary. Anyone can do trade anywhere. There in Indian subcontinent there was no boundary. People from Bihar they used to go to Tibet, and Tibet people they used to come to Bihar, Burma, same, or Tamil Nadu and the South India and Sri Lanka, same. There was no boundary ever created by anyone in the past. But these people they did that also. So in 1947, it was a kind of declared that there will be a boundary now. So many people they rushed here and there. From Bangladesh, from Burma, from Tibet, along with Dalai Lama after some time, so many people they arrived in India from Tibet also. From Kashi region, the Hindu population, whatever it had, they migrated to India. Afghanistan people migrated to India. But from Pakistan, where the Hindu population was maximum, there was a bloody rush. 10 to 15 lakhs people, around 1 million people, they died in that rush. Who is the responsible for? They never discussed. During partition, 10 to 15 lakhs people, 1 million people, they died. In Indian book, there is no description of that many people died in 1947. Who asked you to create boundary for normal people? No one has done in the past. People can go anywhere. If earth is round, then God has made earth round, then people are naturally, they have right to go in all 360 degree direction. This is human right. You cross that limit also. No one has crossed that limit. In past, if you go, there is no history that people could not go anywhere. There were many philosophers from China, Huan San, and so many. They used to visit India and they used to write about the India. Okay, no one made boundary for the people, but these people they showed that strength also. In that hurry furry, okay, so the condition of the subcontinent country like Pakistan and Afghanistan, it started deteriorating. But if you are like greater, I talk about so many Himalaya, East Himalaya, West Himalaya, North Himalaya, but there is a greater Himalaya, that is the high range Himalaya, that now it falls in India. Otherwise other places the Himalaya is not that big, not that altitude. highest altitude is with India. So India is like a mother country or main country in Indian subcontinent. Means left side to right side, if you want to connect, then India will come in between. North to south to Maldives, if you connect, it's so India, the Ganges river, Ganga and Jamuna, that river, the plain, what we see, that is not only a region, that region connects all over it, Indian subcontinent. So a person from the western part of the Indian subcontinent, like Iran, Iraq, or Turkey, he wants to go to Indonesia, he has to pass through the Gangetic Plain. Or a person in Tibet or somewhere, he wants to go to Pakistan, then he has to pass the Gangetic Plain. So Gangetic Plain is made because of there is an architecture. It's not God made that rain came and cloud came and then Himalaya found and this found and that. So Bhagirathi was the architect of the Himalaya also, and the Ganga River. Nothing is natural. Means it was made by someone. Anyway, so what is the consequence of partition on the India? We talked about India, that how it became 111 in hunger index. Now, what is the consequences of partition in the Indian subcontinent? So there was a kind of religious uncertainty that was seen in Indian subcontinent. People in Burma, till some time back, people in Cambodia, 25% of the people, they were following Brahmanism, that is Hinduism. Okay, they all converted to Buddhism because the association with the Indian country that lost. India put boundary and they claim that we lost our region as Pakistan and Bangladesh. Who asked you to create the boundary after that? Means you want. If I lose, if someone takes my land, I will create boundary there. It's a matter of common sense, right? If I have a big land and someone comes forcibly, he takes my land, he will create the boundary, right? Because he acquired that land. Why I will create the boundary? India is the country which created the boundary, okay, with fencing and everything. Even neighbor means those countries were crying at that time. Means how come there is a fencing or something like that? So this is the scenario. Now the condition of I told you about the Cambodia, people converted to Buddhism. So Buddhism from the East country, from Burma onward, the you can say the hard lining in the Buddhism that started growing in that sense. And in recent time also the Rohingya problem started because they started chasing Muslims. Now, if we go west, then their hardlinership started growing. So, Afghanistan and Iran in 1947 they were not Islamic Republic of Afghanistan, Islamic Republic of Iran, Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Pakistan was anyway it was Hindustan. That was not the case. If you see the Afghanistan and Iran photographs, then you see the culture at that time. I mean, ladies, how they used to go to school, colleges, and how the life was. It was marvelous. But slowly the hardlinership came because they got dissociated with their mainland. India put boundary. They got dissociated from the India. So Indian subcontinent, when the countries got dissociated from India, they started putting themselves inside a religious shell. Their condition even worsened. Whatever we see in India now, the condition of Indian subcontinent country like Afghanistan, Pakistan, Burma, Cambodia, Thailand, okay, Iran, condition is even grievous. Okay, because of their dissociation with their main country, that is India. It's the Indian subcontinent. Okay, now the religious hardlinership started growing everywhere. If you see Mongolia, people were now they started claiming they are more Buddhist now the way they were earlier. Same as Tibet, same as Kashi. So Kashi region people are Muslim. So they become bigger hardliner. Means China is trying to control that region as far as religious hardlinership is concerned. Means that is a problem to the China, the religious hardlinership. Religious hardlinership in Afghanistan and Pakistan is a problem to India. Okay, so religious hardlinership increases. The result came as Taliban in Afghanistan. And then we see the Shah rule in Iran that also lost, and now the hardlinership that came in Iran also. Same condition in Pakistan, same condition is in Burma. The military rule came there, hardliners. Same condition in Bangladesh. So many years it was in army rule. Same so many years Pakistan was in army rule. Okay, so the condition deteriorated everywhere. What happened with this condition? The Hindu people, they were living in those either they got converted or they were changed up. So in Afghanistan, so many Hindu people were living in 1947. They started suffocating. After that, because their main country, India put boundary on its own. Okay, India, what I said should say means we feel shame on saying this. How come someone can do like? And then the Hindu people living in Afghanistan, they either they convert or they could not enter into India. Whatever they could enter in 1947, they entered. And after that, they went to many countries. There are many Hindus from the Afghanistan. They live in Germany as refugee status. Can you believe this? And Hindu in Pakistan, maximum they tried to enter India at that time. Whatever they remained, they were not good in economically. So people who were rich, they came. Economically, who were not very good, they remained there. Situation is not up to that well. Later, people from Tibet, they came to India with Dalai Lama. Okay, now with the Rohingya problem in Burma, so many people from Burma they entered India as Rohingya. So many people from Burma, even though they are not Hindu. Now, first problem started with the Hindu, now with the Muslim. Okay, now from Bangladesh, so many Hindu people they entered India. Same situation. Now, there is a story that within last 20, 30 years, around 20,000, 25,000 people from Afghanistan, they are not Hindu. They are staying only in Delhi, Delhi city, Delhi town. That many people, they are coming from Afghanistan through Nepal way or whatever. Means this Indian subcontinent become orphaned after the independence. Okay, this is the condition I am talking about religious point of view. Okay, lot of people from Pakistan, non-Hindu, last 20, 30 years, they entered India. From Burma, they entered India. From Bangladesh, they entered India. Okay, so miss everywhere there is a hue and cry. Okay, situation is grievous. Now this is the political situation. This is the religious situation I am talking about. Let's talk about the political situation. Being non-Hindu, Indian government has nothing to do with its neighbor. Okay, Indian concentrate mainly in the euro-based or pound-based or dollar-based countries. There only it concerns. Otherwise, these countries they don't concern. The currency of Pakistan is still rupee. Okay, currency of Sri Lanka it is still rupee only. Currency of Maldives it is still rupee only. Currency of Vietnam, a currency of Indonesia, it is still rupee only. Currency of Nepal, it is still rupee only. Okay, so apart from the religious point of view, whatever the catastrophe we saw, instability among the countries. Now let's see the economical situation. Trade. So trade was happening in rupee prior to 1947. Now also the country's currency is rupee only. So rupee was the trade currency till Saudi Arabia, till Egypt also. Means rupee was, that's why rupee was very powerful. If you don't do trade, then the currency will tend to fall. When India started putting boundaries, the rupee, the importance of rupee, the acceptance of rupee in the Indian subcontinent, when main country is putting boundary, then it started fading. By 1962, near 1965, it was completely out of the Indian subcontinent. Okay, so the trade between India and Indian subcontinent country became zero, except the petroleum product. What Indian government they deliberately they increased the dependency on the petroleum to the people rather than their internal strength as agriculture and medicine. So medicine and agriculture, whatever the people had culture of doing the stuff and they were powerful, they tried to somehow change the people so that they start using petroleum product in LPG to tractor, okay, to everything, okay, everywhere petroleum, to medicine, everywhere, fertilizer, everywhere petroleum, so that people should buy items from the market that is controlled by the government. So government was earning, but the downside is that government was importing everything in the sense of dollar. So rupee kept falling. Government kept earning, but rupee kept falling. This destroyed the Indian economy. Now Indian currency has no value. $1 84 rupees means tends to 100. It has no value. It is zero. It is no. It has no value. No. Okay. Now, because of the boundariness, I call it a formula, like if you are living with X number of people and suddenly you start living with XY 10 number of people, you will feel lonely because you are habituated of living with X. When there was trade in the rupee, people were going in the Indian subcontinent. Okay, then people were living with the X number of people. When there was a boundary, then every country in the subcontinent, okay, they started feeling kind of living with less number of people. What is the solution? Increase the population. Every country, Indian subcontinent, Iran, 9 to 10 times population increase. Afghanistan, same condition. Pakistan, same condition. 7 times population increase. India 5 times. Pakistan 7 times. Iran 9 times, 10 times. Okay, this way Indian subcontinent population increased. Okay, because people are not mixing with each other as far as trade is concerned. Now trade is in dollar. Dollar is not in hand of any country. How trade will happen? There is no trade between India and Afghanistan. There is no trade between India and Pakistan. Pakistan is top 10 dates grower in the world. That much dates, okay, that is grown, cultivated in Pakistan. Now India cannot import, Indian traders cannot go to Pakistan and bring dates to India. So that dates will be cheap here. It will come to one third of its price or one fourth of this price. If trade starts happening, then production will also grow. Okay, but they can buy dates from Tunisia and so far country in dollar. They cannot buy in rupee but in dollar. Same condition in Pakistan. The food grain cereals are very costly. They cannot get from India. At the border, this side, the rate of atta, that is the wheat flour, along Pakistan side is very high. Along Indian side, it is little lower. But people cannot come and buy. No one in the history made boundary. No king ever had any kind of, you can say, his strength or his ill manner that he created boundary. No one could try it. But this democratic system and home rule, Indian National Congress, that did that also. That they created the boundary in Indian subcontinent. No one ever tried to do. Because people, they cannot go to next village along India if he's living in Pakistan. Same as Indian side. People are living in boundary. Okay. So now see the condition of Indian subcontinent. See the condition of Pakistan. They cannot sell their dates. They cannot sell their ghee. Ghee is cheaper in Pakistan than India. But Indian trader cannot go there. Dry fruits, they are very cheap in Afghanistan. Dry fruit from Afghanistan comes to India, but in a trade of dollar only. So price is very high. See the distance from Punjab border to Afghanistan. Barely it is 500 kilometers or 600 kilometers. Okay, but the item from Afghanistan, it comes to Iran border, Chabahar port. Chabahar or something is the port. Okay, there it comes. From there, from ship, it comes to Bombay. From Bombay, it goes to Delhi. Otherwise, from Afghanistan to Delhi, how much is the distance? Barely 1000 kilometers. With the truck and everything, things will come so smooth. Now, see the condition of dry fruits in India, 1000 rupees per kg. Okay, if you buy Afghanistan dry fruits, okay, raisin, kismis, 600 700 rupees kg, it would come to 100 200 rupees kg. Means whatever the trade, So we talked about from the religious point of view. Now see the economic condition in Afghanistan. People have tons and tons of dry fruit on road, but they cannot sell it. People in India, they are dying for the dry fruit, but they cannot buy it. Now, population increase, hunger index, people can cultivate rice and wheat or the maize and millet, but they cannot sell in the Indian subcontinent. If trade starts happening, then production of the maize and millet and other food grains will grow. Okay, people, if they start going mixing with bigger people, population will come down. Population will come down because of the economic condition. If it improves, then population will come down. People will get job. Okay, so only through trade, only through business, only job comes. Job never comes from the government point of view. Job always comes from the business point of view. So Indian Railway will be expanded in other areas. Okay, the way Russia has done, they expanded the railway in Siberian area. So 10,000 kilometer is the railway line. China expanded the railway till Lhasa and Sigarse. Okay, they expanded railway line. But these people already had railway line from Pakistan to Burma. They cut down from India to Sri Lanka. Okay, railway, Indian railway was there. They cut down. Means from the sea, you can go by ship, then again Indian railway in Sri Lanka. Have you ever seen this kind of party in past that they've made their people completely paralyzed deliberately so that you buy petroleum products? That is the main concept behind the scene. You buy, they change the education system to English. Okay, they change medicinal system. You buy whatever they are giving to you so that they will import from the outside, they will put price whatever they feel better and full money to the Swiss bank, to the American bank. See the earning they have made. See the lifestyle these people they live. Okay, and then their leader who is dreaming to become prime minister of the country, then he say LPG in 500 rupees. Yes, the way they have changed Indians, okay, the status of Indians from a human to an animal, from human to animal. They have transferred to this level. Now they are sitting thinking that LPG cylinder will come to 500 rupees. It's a matter of laughter only, right? Means you are dying for fuel. You can have tons of fuel inside your home only. Okay, but 500 rupees LP cylinder they are claiming and give us for 8,000 rupees cut in your account on the 4th June when counting happens. And yes, how they are playing with poor. First, they made people, they created the boundary and they changed the education level, medicinal level, agricultural, agricultural, their kind of custom. When people become high in population, no job, foodless, poor, okay, people came to animal status. Now they are saying 8,000 rupees in your account. Give us vote. LPG cylinder, give us vote. Person who will give vote to this person who is dreaming to become prime minister of the country, he will commit humanity humanity sin. There is also called humanity sin, right? Means you think about it. Means amazing, right? Means this is the condition of the country that has come now. Okay, so take care.